for it to do its thing. There we go. Make sure the dashboard looks like it's working. And let's go. You are right in the middle of the way, right there, sweet girl. I can't see. Yeah. Doing a good job. Good job of hogging it. Okay, my watch says I went live, but my chat isn't working now. That sucks. Why does it do that? I don't get it. Is my mic is working. Okay, so that's good. Oh, so bright. So bright. Just for shits and giggles, I'm gonna put that. Oh, I think my chat just finally worked. Yeah, it did. Okay, never mind. So let's take that off. Here we go. Wow, I don't know why that took so long to actually work. Okay, my goal today is, for this morning anyways, we gotta figure out, I don't know, I gotta figure out what we're doing today. I need to figure out if and when we're leaving. I still got a couple things I need to do today. And then I gotta like actually figure some stuff out too. Because I need to call around about my ball joint. I was talking to some friends last week or a few days ago, I guess, and they suggested a place. So I need to call there and see if I can get it. Oh, this must be the guy I hear all the time. He has like, yeah, it is him. It is definitely this guy. He has the noisiest exhaust in the most beat up, junky looking truck. Like, it is not a fast truck. And this guy, it's like he has, you know, remember the coffee can exhaust that like people would put on freaking Honda Civics and shit, that they would think they were like they would think they were fast because they'd floor it and they'd make a lot of noise even though it would sound completely stupid. And then but like it would sound like they're just well, I mean, they are flooring it. It sounds like they're just accelerating so fast, but the gear ratio is so bad on those type of vehicles that all you're doing is making a lot of noise. Like my van here can accelerate faster than those guys. That's what that guy is doing. I don't even know what he's doing. Now he's like right there. But I hear him all the time because he floors it when he goes by my condo. The Chinese kitchen shut down. They retired after 45 years. It's too bad. That family is a dynasty in this community. that family, I see I'm all over the place this morning. That family that owns the Chinese kitchen has been making Chinese food for Helena since the original family immigrated, which was back like over 100 years ago. So that's how long they've been in this community providing Chinese food, and they just finally fully retired. Like, it's been inevitable because they've only been open like a couple days a week, but my sinuses are doing something crazy this morning. It's like, it's not that smoky. You could definitely tell that yesterday with some of the winds and stuff that we got, it flared up some more fires. Because last night it got pretty smoky by the end of the afternoon. It is smoky, but it's not like as bad as it has been. But this morning, because we woke up early to do our laundry, and so when the sun was coming up, you could see the smoke plume, and it was horrific. I'm thinking it's actually from the Bobcat and Sand, is it Sand Creek? I don't know, whatever places, whatever those two fires are down there, Sand something. Which they were doing a pretty good job controlling, and then it was funny because I was talking to one of my friends last night that ended up running with us, and because she just came from down there working those fires, and she said, she was like, where I was talking about how smoky it was all of a sudden, and she mentioned that, oh, I do know that those fires flared up, and I was like, there's no way. And with the direction our wind is blowing, there's no way this is where that smoke is coming from. Well, then this morning, looking at where the smoke plume was coming from, that's probably where the smoke was coming from. But that's not the direction the wind was blowing, which is what was weird. But like, so early to go do laundry, she doesn't get to just sleep in. Why is the preschool people at the country club? That's weird. And then, like, as soon as we got our laundry done, we ran home so I could, like, get ready to go for the run. And I had to send an email. Officially withdrew from my application from the position out here. I just can't in good faith. Like I understand, like I found some more information out about it, and I understand why they had to do what they did with this policy, but the fact that they did, that I just can't, there is some very strong philosophical differences in the organization, so I would not be a good fit, that's for sure. At this time. Now, in a couple years, it all might change, but I don't know, a couple years, I don't really, I'll be too old. So we're gonna, there's people running out there. It's a good thing we didn't decide to do. I thought about doing 10 mile and just doing loops and trying to get some speed work done, but now I'm glad we didn't go out there. It is so busy. There are so many people out there. So we're gonna go out to 10 scratch gravels out to the Echo whatever trailhead. are going to do the first half of the 4-mile loop. Oh, there's a deer. And my plan is to climb the big mountain. So we're going to go first half of the 4-mile loop, drop down through the other trailhead over to the trails to get over to the bigger mountain, climb the bigger peak, drop down the new side on that, and then go back toward, like, so the other part of the from the other direction of from the trailhead that we're going to be parking at to go wander over there. I have no idea how long that'll be. My guess is we're probably looking at maybe 7 miles, but it might not even be that. I don't know. But I'd like to get 10 miles this morning. So if we get up there and we can figure out a way to get more mileage, that's what we're going to do. Without doing a lot of backtracking and all that kind of stuff. So I gotta do that, and then I need to, if I can figure out if I can get a schedule to get my ball joint replaced, that'll drive a lot of my schedule. I need to do too that I completely forgot about this morning when I was sending the email. I remembered it. And I thought at that time, oh, I need to just put a reminder on my calendar for it, and then I did not, and now I don't remember what it was. We're about a mile from the trailhead now, so we're almost there. Almost there. Ready, aren't ya? Yeah. She's like, yeah, I've been stretching my legs ever since we got up to leave from the apartment and just doing my stretches. Huh? You doing your stretches? Yeah. So after, like, when we got done with the recovery run, I was pretty well toast. But I think a lot of that is just because it all of a sudden just got hot. Or at least it felt hot. And then, but took care of myself, drank plenty of fluids, did a recovery shake, all that kind of stuff. And Thursday, late afternoon, I was feeling great. So that's why we decided to go for a run. And I pushed pretty hard on that run. But even afterwards, I felt pretty good. And then, but I could tell, like, my body could tell when I went to bed last night. And the reason why I say my body could tell is because I was wired. And so if I do like a hard run, my body, like, I'll be tired, but then I'm like, but also wired too. And so I was like sleepy, trying to go to sleep. Like, I turned everything off, like the TV off and everything at 9:30 last night to go to bed, knowing that I was having to wake up extra early this morning so I could go do laundry before all this. But I couldn't go to sleep because my body was just wired. So I didn't actually get to sleep. Like the last time I remember looking at the clock when I was trying to go to sleep, it was 11:40. So it would have been easily probably around midnight or maybe a little after when I finally was able to go to sleep. So I only got about 5 hours of sleep last night. But I mean, my legs actually, I'm tired. Like you can tell, I'm yawning, and I've had a cup of coffee, and I took pre-workout. But my legs and my body feels good, so we are gonna try and push our training this week and ump the mileage, see what our body can handle. I didn't look and see what our total mileage was last week, but it wouldn't have been as much as you would think, because it would have been, we had some big mileage days, but it wasn't like throughout the whole week. So I will bet you we only had like maybe 55, 60 miles last week. And I'd like to be closer to that 90 to 100, which is what we're going to be shooting for this week. With a long run. We want to get at least like a good 20-mile run in. I don't know when we're going to do it, but we're going to try and do it. Oh, somebody is parked up here. See, this is normal. Like, when was it? On Friday or... No, it wasn't Friday. Wednesday, Thursday, whatever it was last week when we came over here. It wasn't Thursday either. So it had been Tuesday or Wednesday when we came over here. And all of a sudden there was like 6 cars parked down there. And there was like 3 or 4 up here. And it was like, why is there so many people here? This is normal. You got 2 cars down there and 1 up here. Like, I don't know what is going on. It was like that on our recovery run on Sunday. So many freaking people. Like, it didn't make any sense why there was so many freaking people out. I mean, we started a little bit later, but there shouldn't have been that many people, like, out on the roads, all that kind of stuff. And then, like, the traffic was horrible. Trying to cross the street, all the crossings was bad. And then when we got back to the downtown area for where our condo is, it was like, all of a sudden there was like 50,000 people in the walking mall area. Nothing's open. Like, why was there so many people there? Like, just walking around. And then you have the one guy that, like, really pissed me off when you could obviously see I was avoiding him. Like, I was bringing her, like, I moved her to avoid him and his dog. And what does he do? He goes out of his way to walk over where we were at. It's like, dude, there was a lady that did that when, I haven't seen her forever, but when Nahri was pretty young, it was right after she, most notably right after she had her surgery to get fixed. And, you know, she's super energetic, and I didn't want her to, like, rip her stitches out or anything. And this lady sees us from like a half a mile away. And I mean, it was very obvious that we were trying to avoid her. And she just came all the way over. And then she was like, oh, my dog, say hi. And I was like, no, my dog just had surgery. Like, I don't want her to, like, rip her stitches out and anything, everything. It's like, you could tell I was avoiding you. And her response was, oh, it'll be okay. And just kept coming anyways. And it's like, lady, who are you to say it's going to be okay? Like, I'm the dog owner, and I don't want you to be next, like, coming over to my dog. I mean, she was a dog owner too with her dog. But it's like, I know my dog is going to lose her shit because she wants to play with any dog. She doesn't care. This water bottle is nasty. Tastes like soap. And I haven't washed it out forever. What it tastes like is when I washed my... It tastes like the smell of my laundry detergent when I washed my vest. And so then the water bottle went in there and it's like it sucked in the smell somehow. Ooh, that sun is hot. I can feel like the sun on my leg feels like it wants to give me a sunburn. What the heck? I might have to wear a hat just for that. My head will burn. Nice girl. You're being so, I don't know what the word I'm looking for is. Reserved. There's the word. Yeah, you're being very reserved this morning. Are you feeling okay? Take an extra water bottle because it's for whatever reason starting. I didn't think it was supposed to be that hot today, but it is hot. I got my tummy shirt on today. I can honestly say, like, this shirt is just, I think it's shrunk. It's like got short. Like, it didn't shrink the other way, but it definitely shrunk lengthwise. Because I can feel it. I guess the arms aren't too bad. It is definitely shorter than it used to be. And it's not because my tummy is making it pull up. It's just short. Okay, so there's that. This is going to be hot like this. I don't know if we're going to be able to do what I want to do. This is like, that sun is baking. Excuse me. I already got the burps. That's not going to be good. Whoa, come on, gimbal. There we go. And the hiccups. Whoa. There we go. We're going to go this way. Oh, that's what she was waiting. She didn't know what direction we were going. That's why she wasn't being reserved. She was just waiting to see what direction we were going. weirdo, because then I pointed which direction we were going and she just took off like a bat out of hell. I change cameras, there we go, and there we go. I need to do some work on my website, make it better. I keep, like, I'll do really good and I'll be like, oh, I'm gonna work on this, and I'll start working on some stuff, and then I'll go, like, then I forget, and I'll go like just forever, a month not doing anything. And so I have all this, my prototype website, like my new website I'm building. Like, I've done some updates to it in the last 6 months or so, but it's still pretty chintzy, I guess you could say. The hard part is, here's the big difference between like a videographer and a photographer. Photographer is nice, it's easy for them when you hang a portfolio basically on their website. For me, it's not. So I have to, like, as a videographer who does, how do you feature that kind of stuff? The only thing I can really do, and this is what I'm gonna, like, I've been working on, is trying to pull certain shots from certain live streams where I know, like, my stuff is like really good, type of thing. But to show the actual quality of my work, and then I did do some drone stuff last weekend to try and feature some of that stuff. My legs aren't warmed up yet. That's gonna be the hard part, is trying to condition my legs, get the strength back in them to handle, not necessarily high mileage, but higher mileage, because I'm old now. I can't do multiple weeks of 100 miles, like training block, like what I'm training for, like my next race that I'm training for, because it's a flatter race. I don't need to do a lot of vert. I'd be doing at least 4 or 5 weeks between 100 and peaking up. Oh, why do I have hiccups all of a sudden? Peaking at like 120. Maybe I got like GERD. Is that what they call it? GERD? Because like here the last few weeks, every time I take off running, all of a sudden I get the hiccups. I don't know what it is. But anyways, I would peak at like 120 miles. And if it was like for a big mountain race where I have a lot of vert required, it was all hours. I never tracked mileage, but I would still end up getting I would spend at least 4 or 5 weeks. It'd be right around that 100, if not over 100. But also with 20 to 30,000 feet of vert every week. So hour-wise, I was still right around that 25 hours a week of activity, actual running, not of activity, because I would usually be doing other stuff too, either cross training or hitting the gym or something. But I can't do that anymore. For a training block like this, I'll be happy if I peak for even just 1 week at 100 miles. But have which would be the last 3 weeks of September roughly, or no, it'd be September, first week of October, I guess, to be like 85 to 90 or more. I'd be plumb happy. Which shouldn't be an issue. I think my body can handle it. Question is can my foot? Because my plan is unlike Jackpot, thinking of my training I was doing before Jackpot, I think ultimately, because I was actually training for a flat race, like, because it was a flat race. I think that ultimately is what led to my injury. Not to mention the fact that, gosh dang, it was so muddy. We spent a month running in mud, and like it jacked off. I could feel my soleus was just all jacked up during that training, because you'd have like, it was just throwing everything off. You'd be running on platforms of mud, and then it would fall off your shoe, and then your next step, all of a sudden you're just throwing all off, out of whack, and then you'd build up like 4 inches of mud on your shoes again, and then it would fall off. It was like the most awful running I've ever done in my life, and it jacked up my soleus, which is what caused my whole issue. So one, even if I do Jackpot again, it's going to be a lot of cross training and a lot of like probably treadmill miles. Sound like I heard somebody else in behind me. I don't see anybody. Just happened to catch one of my morning streams. Nice morning out there. It is. It's like, so like right now I feel a nice little breeze. We're about to be probably with a little bit of shade, but the sun is stupid hot this morning. Like just standing there getting ready to go for the run at my van, I could feel the sun already trying to burn my legs. It was so freaking hot. It's like, why is it so intense this morning? I don't know. It feels more intense this morning than it has in the height of the summer when it was triple digits here. So I don't know what the UV index is this morning, but it must be like stupid high. And if you're not in the sun, it actually feels pretty nice. Like, it was pretty chilly this morning when we first got up, because we went and did our laundry. Whew, I gotta pull my sunglasses off because all the shadow, I can't see rocks on the trail. I will trip and fall. But anyways, it was 51 degrees when we first got out this morning. Of course, that was, 5:30 this morning. But I didn't think it was supposed to get that warm today. Like, I thought it's only supposed to get into the mid 80s, I thought, but the last time I looked was like 3 or 4 days ago. And so, like, things here can change in hours, like, as far as forecasts go. It's not too smoky. Like, you can definitely tell, like this morning before the sun came up, you could see the very distinct edge of the smoke plume down there. And I'm guessing that's coming from the bobcat fire, bobcat / sand something, sand creek, I don't know. Is it sand? I don't know, I might be way off, especially with an S. I don't know what. It's down in the Pioneer Mountains. Like, that would almost have, no, there's no way it's coming from that. That has to be coming from a different fire. I just don't know which one it would be. But it was like red flag warnings all over this last weekend. So I'm guessing pretty much every fire flared up again with the wind and the heat and all that. It's so nice in this shaded area. I don't want to run, because the faster I run or move through here, the sooner I get into the sun. It just feels so nice right here. This is also very runnable, so it's like, I can really tell when I got up this morning though that it is getting close to fall, because I don't know what time the actual sun rises anymore, but it is way later than it used to be, like a few weeks ago. And it's crazy how fast it changes when you're this far north. Like, I remember when I was living in DC, or even when I spend so much time down in Arizona in the wintertime, it's like not much change, I guess, is what it doesn't change very fast, I guess would be the way to say it. Like, each day, how much daylight you have, where when you get up north like this, it's almost like exponential in a way. So it's like in the middle of the summer, when you hit the longest day, which is what, June 23rd or something like that. So like the weeks on either side, when you're up further north like that, it's like your sunset, sunrise changes maybe a minute. Like it might be a minute earlier, a minute later. But then as the further you get away from that point, it is a bigger difference. So it'll be like, you know, after like a month, so probably into July, it was like 3 minutes, you know, earlier. And then now a month after that, it's like 5 minutes or so, you know, like it changes every day. And then once you hit the, what do they call it, the equinox, so September or whatever it is, then it starts to slow down again as you get closer to, you know, the December or whatever they call it, winter solstice. And as you get closer to that, then it starts only changing like, you know, 3 minutes, then 2 minutes, then 1 minute. It's just weird how that does that. You know, versus further south, closer to the equator, you don't really have as big of a difference like that. Now my dog is not trying to take me up the mountain. Oh no, we're not quite there. Oh yeah, we are. I was gonna say, we are at that intersection. And she didn't try and go up the mountain. Weirdo. Freaking weirdo. I don't know why. I feel like I'm running pretty fast. But my watch says I'm only doing a 15-minute mile. I can walk a 15-minute mile. And I'm actually running. Like, what? I swear they did a update to do some fix on firmware update on the watch, and it actually made it more inaccurate when it comes to paces. Like the distance still seems to be fine. It's almost what it feels like to me is they, instead of showing your pace, it shows a grade adjusted pace. And that might not even be right. It might not be accurate. It's almost like it's just showing a flat line distance pace versus before it used to show an actual pace, like it would take in consideration of a different element, not a grade adjusted pace, not a GAP. Because the GAP, it'll be like, you know, or what it used to be was, you know, I'm going up a 3% grade, actual pace of, you know, say 11 minutes. And then the GAP would adjust that pace and be like, well, if you were on flat, this is how fast you, based upon your effort, you would have been running a 10-12 pace on flat ground. That's what the GAP does. What I think they did is they adjusted, and this is something Garmin, this is why Coros used to be better than Garmin. So Garmin used to take and just measure your pace and distance off of a flat line. So if you were climbing a mountain, you know, the steeper the mountain, it might not even think you're moving, even though you're actually doing a 30-minute mile pace, you know, climbing this mountain. But because the horizontal distance, I guess that'd be more the horizontal distance, the pace, it's like you're not even moving. And Koros used to be really good because it was the best for when you're running up and down mountains. Because it would recognize that you're doing a 30-minute mile pace up that hill. Because it knows that you're doing, you're climbing a 24% grade or whatever. Now it's like, it almost feels like it is only doing horizontal pace now, which doesn't make sense to me because the distance still seems to be right. I don't know. I have no idea. Maybe it's just because the satellites are having issues more than Koros. You despise the early sunsets in the winter months. We'd have permanent daylight time. See, you and I disagree. I think we should be on permanent standard time. They tried, and this is what people don't remember. They actually tried having permanent daylight savings time, and they found out that it was not good. That was back in like the 70s. Like, it was before my time, but they actually did do it. And then they reverted back because it just didn't work. Like, it was causing like health issues, things like that. Like, not necessarily like true health issues, but like the daylight savings time, permanent DST, it throws off natural circadian rhythms. This is what studies have shown. And the only people that want permanent daylight savings time are the people that don't like to get up in the morning because they want to have time to do stuff, after they get off work or whatever. And then the other reason why I support, if you're going to go one way or the other, like, whatever, I mean, I don't like go switching, but if you're going to go one or the other, the reason why standard time is the best way to go, not necessarily like just the best, but I mean the more appropriate, I guess, way to go to make it just permanent standard time, is because there's more countries in the world that don't use daylight savings time. They are on just permanent standard time. Like, that's all they are, standard time. And even certain states in the U.S., like Arizona, they don't do savings time. They're just on standard time. So then you take, if they decided, we're going to change everything to permanent daylight savings time. Now, much of the year, you're going to be off like 2 hours from everybody else, from how you normally were, versus either being on the same for most of the year and then an hour on other parts of the year, different. It would be a permanent 2-hour change. Yeah, like I said, I'm more like, I could care less about the time change. Like, I don't enjoy the time change, but at this point, it's like, whatever. Like, most of the time when it comes to the time change, I don't even notice the difference anyways, because I go to sleep. Because I don't have any regular clocks. It's just my watch and my cell phone. So I go to sleep. My phone does the auto adjust on the time. I wake up, and for me, it's like, yeah, I might feel a little more tired or whatever, but I feel that way normally anyways. Case in point last night where like I just couldn't go to sleep, and I only got 5 hours of sleep. But also, it's like there's also a big difference between people that want daylight savings time when you're talking, you know, I live in Montana, so we're further north. So for us, if we went on permanent daylight savings time, it's like summertime, we'd be waking up at, or sunrise would be at like 3:30 in the morning, you know, type of thing, where people further south don't have that. So that's another reason why most of your people up north would not. Here's how I feel it should actually be in the United States, is just let each state pick what they want to be. You know, like whatever. That's how Arizona does it. That's how Arizona's able to be on just standard time. You know, there's autonomy in states. You don't have to make a federal, you know, make it the whole country. There's a reason why there's autonomy for different states. Like, and that's the biggest issue we have right now in the U.S. with government control is they're doing blanket stuff for the whole country when a lot of it should just be left up to the autonomy of states. Oh. Horses over on this trail over the weekend. There's a lot of newer poop. Morning, Rico. They're busy for you today, so you say hi. Yeah, thanks for stopping in. Have a good day at work. My dog has been very reserved this morning. We'll let her, she's trying to get a chipmunk or something. I know you're in there, you little bastard. She'll catch up. We'll just go slow. Well, sweetheart, I wasn't pushing you. You could have kept playing. I just want to keep standing still. I want to keep moving. Usually she's just like zipping all around, all that. I think yesterday took a lot out of her because, well, she got really hot yesterday morning, just like me. Like, we got back upstairs and she pretty much just, well, I walked down the walking mall a little bit, down to where the little city creek, I guess you could say. It's really just a series of these long, like, fountains and fake creeks that they put in where the city creek used to run. Now it's just city water, you know, that they run through there. But we went down there and she laid down in it, and you know she's hot. She's laying in the water, you know she's hot. And so, and I was just destroyed from how intense that sun got yesterday. In a short amount of time too. It like went from being pretty nice out to felt like a game. Like it got 10 degrees warmer in like 5 minutes all of a sudden. But we got back up to the apartment. She just, you could tell she was just pretty much toast. And she laid around for a little bit, well, for many hours. And then I had to run out to the van to grab some stuff. And then, so she wanted to go with me. I was like right at lunchtime. And she wanted to go with me. And then went back upstairs. And then I was like, oh crap, I forgot this down in the van too. So I went to go back down, and normally she'd be like, I have to go with you. And she was like, oh, I'll see you back when you get back. You're fine. You go ahead. And she didn't even eat her breakfast until, oh geez, it was probably like 1, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. She finally ate her food because she had cooled down enough and rested enough. And then we went to go for a run at like 6:30, somewhere like that, and waiting for it to cool down a little bit. But it was still like 80, probably like 83 or so. And I think when we got there, actually I think it was 80. I was super excited because she's sending it everywhere. And so last night we got done and she was destroyed again. Even though it off quite a bit by the time we got done like that. But yeah, she was destroyed. Ran over to the grocery store to get something for dinner, and like the whole drive over there she was just laying on her bed in the front seat, and then where normally she's like looking out the window or that kind of stuff. No. And then I got to the grocery, no. And then I got to the grocery store, and normally she's standing up in the window because she thinks I'm going to do something fun without her. And so she's just standing there waiting for me to come back. Yeah, I came out of the grocery store. I didn't see her little face because she was just laying in the front seat. And then the whole drive home last night, just laying in the front seat. Oh, that was one of the hardest things when I lost my first puppers, was I was so used to seeing her face, you know, looking out the window waiting for me when I'd go inside of a store. So then like the first time I, came back out of a store and I look and didn't see her face anymore. Oh, that hit hard. I mean, it still hits hard. I think that's why I noticed it so much last night with her even. Woo. Somebody has a donkey. That'll do, donkey. That'll do. Well, for the next mile, we're probably going to have network issues. And it'll be a combination of signal and network. I don't know why. Like right here in this area, I have great cell service. I have 3 bars of 5G UW, and I can live stream off of 1 bar of 5G UW. I can do 2 bars of 4G. I can live stream. For whatever reason, I think it's something to do with the rocks here or something. It like my data network connect goes in and out. But we're also going to drop over across the at the trailhead up here, and there you actually lose signal, so it'll be a little touch and go for the next mile. But once we start climbing to get over, because we're going to try and climb that mountain right there, it should start getting better until we get partway up that mountain, and then for whatever reason it gets shitty again. I don't understand it. There, it's actual signal. The cell signal gets shitty, and it makes 0 sense to me because there's nothing blocking the line of sight, and I can see 4 different cell towers that are all like my cell towers in the valley, and it's like, why do I go 1,000 feet up and I don't get any cell service? Like, do they have their antenna pointed in a direction to where it just doesn't go up high? Like, I mean, I guess it makes sense because that's the only point that's up that high. There's nobody who lives up that high. But that just seems stupid to me. Oh man. Usually she's like half a mile ahead of me, but she's just staying, maybe anywhere from 50 to 100 feet. Usually when we're out on this trail, because it's an area she's familiar with, I'm lucky if I see her every 20 minutes. Like, she'll come to a voluntary check-in like once every 20 minutes. But this morning, she's just hanging out in front of me. It's kind of weird, not gonna lie. So I think this week, well, I have big plans for this week, but at some point this week, we're gonna attack it. We're gonna try to attack it from the other side. But we're gonna try and get this freaking Mount Baldy, try and summit that thing. Like, it's not that tough of a mountain. But it is remote. So it like, and it's off trail. Like, there's no trail going to the top of it. You're going off trail. So it's like you got from the other side, I think it's only going to be, it'll be about the same. It'll be about 5 miles to the top. So 10 miles round trip. Which is about what it would be from the side we tried to do this last weekend. And I think we would have been able to do it. It was just she was getting hyper focused on all the mountain grouse in the area. So I wasn't able to make any headway. I had no idea where she was at. She couldn't see where I was at. It was just not a good scenario. I think if we go from the other side, it won't be as epic going from that other side. It'll be, I think, 1 more mile extra of off trail, because I think it's 2 miles to the top of the saddle, and then you go off trail from the other side. But I think it'll be better if she all of a sudden starts misbehaving. I don't think I think it'll just be better, I guess. I know what I'm trying to say. One, it'll be someplace she hasn't been, so she's not going to want to wander too far anyways. Versus like this last weekend, that first peak, we've been to the top of it, and that's where she was just losing her shit with all the mountain grouse. So she like knew the area, so she wasn't worried. I am, because I was trying to go further in an area where she hadn't been. And she had lost me at one point. Like, that used to be an old mine shaft right there. There's like an old, rock wall type of thing over there. Does not feel like we're getting any closer to this mountain. I'm already sucking ass. Good news is I brought 1 extra water bottle, so that can be her water bottle. I think she'll be fine. She's not, like I said, she's not like full sending it around. She's actually pacing herself for whatever reason this morning. So I don't think she'll go through, but maybe 1 bottle of water, which means I get her normal bottle of water to drink as well. So I think we'll be fine to at least do the loop I want to do. Mostly because I'm just curious how far it is. Like I said, I think just because I have run around all these trails so much, I can't see it being but 7.5 miles, maybe 8, but I don't know if it'll be that far. It might even be less than that, really. Pretty girl. Yeah, you are pretty warm, huh? Good news is most of what we're doing this morning will be in trees, so there'll be mostly shade. Because even when we get to the top of the mountain, or to the top of the, I don't know what you call it, the ridge, to climb this mountain, we're already in the tree line versus from the other side. Because I thought about just going from the other trailhead and doing essentially the same loop, but it actually would have been longer from the other side. there was a lot of full exposed, no tree line, no trees, nothing, no shade for the first 2 miles, and it would be the last 2 miles as well. At least this way we'll have quite a bit of shade for almost all of it. The last mile will be pretty exposed, but what kind of feather is that? Oh, look at you. Oh my goodness. Yeah, you got feather. I don't know what kind of feather it is. Probably a crow, I bet you. It's pretty dark. Oh, she's done with it. She chomped on it and I broke in half, so she's like, nah, not worth it now. I can't carry it. Can't carry it like Dumbo. So I think I've decided that if I haven't gone in to check and see, because I can't remember if I actually accepted the invitation to here in a couple of weeks. So I think what I'm going to do is, if I have already accepted, I just got to get into the website and check and see. But if I did accept it, then I'll race it. Even though I use that term race loosely, I will run it. I'm not gonna, like, I mean, I'll push myself as hard as I can, but like, where normally I'd be in the top, 10 at a race like that, I'll be lucky if I finish in the top 100 in my current fitness level. And if I haven't accepted the invitation, then I'm not going to. And I will just, maybe offer it to somebody if they want it. But ultimately, I will not race it. Hello. We'll see. That's one thing I need to do today, is try to figure that out down to the other trailhead. See, that guy, I know it gets really bad, but we're gonna try and get up higher in this mountain as fast as I can. Get the signal back to where it's. Get the signal back to where it's back. And it's like, since we're dropping down and to where this other trailhead is, there's like zero signal. I think that probably the closest cell tower I can see is probably by my house in downtown Helena from here, which is like 8 miles away. So crazy how many people actually come on this trailhead. This road coming in here is so rough. I mean, there's tons of people here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 vehicles. Now, some of them might be doing trail work. They've been doing some trail work up here for the last few weeks. It's a new trail going to, I think, for more bikes to go up where we're heading to. Okay, this is pretty steep. Oh, Vita Green. Stepping up to the train for Javelina. Yeah, we're stepping it up because my foot actually, like, I still have my good days and bad days, but it is come to. So, you know, it's like last week I ran my old marathon training route, which is a lot of what I need to do for Javelina. Like, in fact, I dusted off my old sub 3 hour marathon training plan just because there's so many of those runs that are like specified enough. So when I used to run that all the time, I was training for, you know, marathons. So it wasn't like I was doing mountain running. And so, and even out of shape is used to climbing more than, you know, when I was training for marathons, road races. So I ran, even as subpar fitness that I am right now, I ran that whole thing up, and I've never been able to do that. So that was a big, good feeling, I guess, to know. And so that just kind of inspired me. And then it was like the next day after that, I ran up Mount Ascension, which is the route I did up is basically the route I use to test my fitness for mountain running. And I only had to stop and walk twice on that. No, I was going at a slower pace than I would have liked to have done, but still, the fact that I only had to stop twice on that because it was steep and it's about 1.5 miles long made me feel good. So I was like, well, I'm like starting to get back into shape. I don't have the endurance yet, but legs are starting to get stronger. Like, as soon as I hit like this last weekend on, what was it, Friday, Saturday, whatever day it was, Friday, would have been Friday. Is that the trail we want? That doesn't look like a trail, never mind. I think we want to be further up. I never come to this trail from this direction, so that's why I'm questioning, like, trying to take it slow so I can figure out where I need to go. Anyways, what was I saying? I don't even know what I was saying. Oh, I did that long run on Friday, and even though for me it wasn't really a long run, but for current fitness and training, it was a long run. And it's like I did 15 miles, but where I started feeling my legs after, oh geez, it was like 11 miles. And normally that feeling that I have in my legs that I felt at that 11 mile mark, I don't use, like when I'm in shape, I don't feel that until, 26, 28 miles. So it was a little strange, but it's getting there. I mean, the legs are definitely feeling stronger. But there's not it's pretty flat course. There's not a lot of vert at Javelina. I can't do a rigid training block anymore. It's just not fun for me. And so, where for a race like that, I would normally be doing, this is why the marathon training plan is so, good. Training for a race like that, because it's very similar in a lot of ways. You're not focused on vert. And I know myself, so I have to keep it fun. And so I need to do some vert. I think this is where we want to go. All right, right here. This is what we want. And then we need to hang another right up here in a little ways, I think. Unless I'm just on the completely different trail than I think I am. I'm pretty sure. Yep, right there. She knows. Good job, sweet girl. Now she knows what we're doing. She knows the trail. Whew. This should be up where they're working too. I mean, they should be up higher, like off of where we're gonna be, but the trail does connect to this that they're working on. Oh, I should. Oh, motherfucker. I had it in my hand. How did I not put it? So I forgot my external battery. So I'm only going to be able to go for another little bit on the stream anyways. So I think we'll try and get up here to the ridge line and then I will call it. Because I'm down to 15% battery already. Gosh dang it. I had it in my hand when we were at the van. Where did I set it that I didn't put it actually in the vest? That's just weird. It was probably when I went to fill up the extra water bottle. I had to go grab another water bottle. And I think, my ADHD, I can't complete one task when all of a sudden I remember another task. Or think of another task anyways. roof does. Dang, I forgot how steep a lot of this is. I don't think this is the trail I was thinking it was. Maybe it is. I don't remember some of the spots back there that are really steep. Like my leg muscles are actually tired climbing up that. We still got a lot of climbing to do. Oh, this is it. I don't know where that trail comes out at though. I wonder if that's the first one where I was like, is that a trail? That might be that one that she tried to go down. This is the trail I was thinking we were on, because there's the new trail right there. So this is it. I just don't remember all the steep parts back there. But you can tell with how they're making it and everything that that is entirely being made for mountain bikes. There's a lot of like little jumps and banks in the corners and all that kind of stuff. Proud of that mile time race. I'm probably gonna get a bunch of free gear again, which, oh, this is steep. I do remember this. I don't know, I'm not a big fan of the brand of shoes. Like, I'll wear them for like everyday type of stuff, but who knows, maybe I can be converted. A good pair of shorts and shirt or something, then shoes. Like if I had to choose between the two. I think I'll make it. We're almost there. So, by almost there, I mean to this ridge, so that so I'm gonna have to end the stream since some idiot forgot to bring the battery, even though he had it in his little fingers. Freaking idiot. I wasn't streaming. Can't stream back where I was at last night. Plus, I need to charge it anyways. Whew. Okay, we made it. Now you guys have seen this plenty of times anyway, so it's not a big deal. This is now we're connected. This trail comes from the other trailhead, which is where we do a lot of running. And so you guys have seen this all the way to the top. Even recently, so I'm gonna have to call it since I forgot my battery and I'm down to 5% battery now, so, and I need to have a little bit left of power left on my phone, you know, for emergencies and stuff. So we're gonna call it. Anyways, thanks everybody for joining me today. I wish I would have remembered to grab my other my external battery, because we're probably gonna be out here for another probably 4 miles actually. Here I thought this would be about 7.5 to maybe 8. We're still a mile from the top and I'm at 4 already, so, and then from there, well, I don't know how far it is, but I would guess and say it's probably more than 3 miles, so, which would be over 8. But yeah, thanks for joining me today, and I will catch you guys probably, I don't know when. I don't know. I have no idea. Always interesting. Probably agree or disagree. Back in the run-in. Cheers. Yeah, thanks. Door hockey. But I'll see you guys later. Bye, everyone. Love you all. See you guys next time.